Seasons creepings, boys and ghouls. The season of the witch is almost upon us, and plenty of spooky, scary tricks and treats are available on Netflix this month to hold you over as we count down the days until Halloween. As always, this is for Netflix, the United States, and as always, we'll run the full list at the end of this video. But first, a few choice, blood-curdling selection. I'm sorry, I'll stop doing the voice. Let me tell you about some Netflix stuff.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
You never told me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
The Wes Craven meta-classic Scream is always fun if you like scary movies, and it holds up pretty well, aside from the fact that everyone is talking on landlines, and the whole movie would be completely done away with if everyone had cell phones. Meanwhile, if you don't mind a little bit of Christmas cheer with your creature features, Gremlins is always worth a rewatch, though you might want to wait until December because it's such a good Christmas movie.
And most important, no matter how much they beg, never let them eat after midnight.
The first Conjuring movie might have spun off into a whole cinematic universe of hit-or-miss spin-offs and sequels, but the original is a rock-solid haunted house flick. One thing I love about that movie is that it acknowledges that ghostly apparitions don't just have to be sights and sounds, but they can also be horrible, disgusting smells. Ghosts can be stinky, and if you think about it, farts really are the ghosts of food. Before we started rebooting sci-fi franchises that begin with the word star, J.J. Abrams dropped the found-footage kaiju movie Cloverfield, which all started on the internet with a mysterious Untitled trailer. Does anyone remember when internet conspiracy theorists thought that Cloverfield was going to be a Voltron movie? Because during the trailer, where the title isn't even actually listed, it sounds like somebody's saying, "It's a lion" in the trailer, and then it looks like a weird Blair Witch Voltron thing. It never happened. Anyway. Meanwhile, a couple of lesser-known horror-ish films I've really enjoyed were the brutal and grisly Green Room, which follows a bunch of punk rockers who wind up stuck in Patrick Stewart's neo-Nazi compound in the woods somewhere, and they have to fight their way out. And then there's The Witch, which is a very different movie that's based on actual records of what people were scared of back in the old puritanical olden days, like witchcraft and the devil and basically just anything unusual. As a conventional horror film, it's kind of hit or miss for a lot of people, but it's fascinating if you treat it like a historical drama that's rooted in occult superstitions and treats them as fact. Plus, goats.
You know what you have to do.
Netflix has had some great horror originals, and Netflix wants people to watch its originals, so those are all very easy to find and they're readily available everywhere. So rapid fire, some of my personal favorites are The Babysitter, The Ritual, The Perfection, and Gerald's Game, the last of which is based on a Stephen King novella. Stephen King adaptations are hot right now, and on October 4th, Netflix is dropping another brand new original film based on the novella he wrote with his son, Joe Hill. It's called In the Tall Grass, and I know basically nothing about it aside from it involving some weird stuff happening in some creepy tall grass, but I'm excited to go in cold, which is really a great way to watch movies. Just go in and just watch them. Try to skip through that part where Netflix autoplays half the movie and just tells you what it's about. Just go in and have fun and watch the movie.
Bad things happen to kids who press all the buttons.
Also out on the 4th is Season 2 of Creeped Out, the family-friendly horror anthology series. I haven't watched this, but it sounds like it's got some similar DNA to Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark, which is cool by me. So maybe if you've got, scaredy cat relatives or easily offended, shocked people hanging out or little kids, you could watch that instead of something that's got like stabbings and things like that. On the 18th, the original horror movie Eli Drops, which doesn't have a trailer right now, but it involves a sick kid in a haunted house, and it could be cool or it maybe isn't great at all. I don't know. We don't have much to go on. But also that day is a Paul Rudd comedy called Living with Yourself, which deals with the horrible idea of what if there was two of you and you had to live with yourself, which really just sounds awful. I know that you guys in the comments are sick of me, and believe me, I'm stuck with myself. If there was two of me, I'd kill the other one.
Are you okay? Do I need to come down?
No, it's fine.
On October 24th is Daybreak, a brand new young adult series about a bunch of high schoolers who live in a zombie-ridden post-apocalyptic wasteland in sunny California, and also Matthew Broderick is the principal of the school. This looks like the closest thing we'll get to a Sunset Overdrive show, and it's definitely taking some cues of Ferris Bueller and Zombieland with some Road Warrior thrown in, so it seems like it could be a good time.
So where do I see myself in the future? Crushing the apocalypse.
Finally, on the 25th, a new original found-footage horror series follows ordinary working-class individuals as they're tormented by a terrifying goblin. That's right, it's Prank Encounters, the new Punked-like show where Gaten Matarazzo, better known as Duffman on Stranger Things, pulls some hidden camera hijinks on ordinary adults just try to survive the existential hellscape that is everyday life. Honestly, it just seems very upsetting to me if you're trying to just do your job and then one of the kids from Stranger Things jumped out and was like, haha, gotcha. I don't know, man, some people just try to get through a day. Anyway, that's some of what's on Netflix in October. If you're disappointed by the amount of horror on there, you might want to look into the dedicated horror streaming service Shudder. Assuming you're not entirely sick of all the different subscription services that are out there, don't worry, there's only more to come. Anyway, here's everything horror or otherwise coming to Netflix in October 2019. Roll the list, carve some pumpkins, rob some graves, trick or treat, and have a wonderful October. I'll see you guys in a month.